Welcome to the Art Lady's home. Today I'm making Mediterranean stuffed shells, and it's made with Mediterranean herb feta crumbs. You can just use plain feta cheese if you'd like to. You're not going to get much of a difference in the flavor. I just happen to have this in the fridge. I'm using a package of these jumbo stuffed shells right here. And I made this mixture that's going to go in this. And let me show you what's in my mixture. In the mixture is a package of spinach. This is the cut leaf spinach. It's just this is just a 15-ounce package, and I used about I had a little bit taken out of the bag, so you can use a little bit under 15 ounces or just throw the whole thing in. You could use a whole thing. But this is the steam-in bag cut leaf spinach. You can use any kind of chopped or cut spinach. And this, like I said, is a 15-ounce bag. I used 1.5 pounds of hamburger. And what I use for my beef is I purchase a rump roast, and I have the butcher grind it. So what I did was I threw in the pan, I threw in 1 cup of brown rice, 1 cup of water, 1 can of diced stewed tomatoes. I did 1 teaspoon of salt, 1 teaspoon or half a teaspoon of pepper, and then I used 1/4 cup of banana peppers right here. These banana peppers, and I simmered that all together at the same time. So the water, the rice, the hamburger. I used one medium onion chopped up very fine, and that was simmered for about 10 minutes maybe, just so that the rice is tender and the hamburger is cooked, the stewed tomatoes as well. So that was my mixture for inside here. And then I did, once that was completely cooked, I mixed in the feta crumbs. The 6-ounce package. That's a 6-ounce package of feta crumbs. And this has a flavor. It kind of gives me that Mediterranean. That's why I'm calling it Mediterranean stuffed shells. It has that flavor, almost like a similar to a grape leaf almost. The tang is coming from the jalapenos right here. And as it's steamed and cooked in with the rice, it gives this whole thing a flavor of that. Lightly, a mild flavor of it. Because I don't really like anything crazy spicy, although my son loves the spice. And he absolutely loves this filling. We use this filling actually to stuff peppers with. Except I didn't have the spinach in here. I didn't add the spinach to it, and we made stuffed peppers with it. And I did have enough. I only made a few stuffed peppers, so I had a lot of this filling left over. And if you want to look on one of my videos, you'll see how to make, one my stuffed pepper videos, it shows me actually making this mixture exactly. But what I did was I added the package of spinach to it once it was done after I stuffed my peppers. Let me show you what the stuffed peppers look like with the mixture without the spinach. Here they are here. Tender and cooked, and these are killer, absolutely delicious. So if you love stuffed peppers, it tastes nothing like a real stuffed pepper because it has this Mediterranean feel to it with the feta cheese and the banana peppers here. But they are great. So look on my video and you'll find how to make the stuffed peppers. But the mixture is the same as the stuffed peppers, except I added a package of this chopped spinach to this to stuff my shells with. So we're going to go ahead, and I started stuffing some of them. I'm going to show you how I do it. I take my shells, and I cooked them for about 9 minutes. So they're still a little, they're not really soggy or tender. They're still a little bit, but they're flexible enough. A little bit undercooked for eating straight away. And I'm just going to pocket it. I'm putting a lot of filling in here. And then I'm going to lay it in my dish. And what I do for the dish is I took some of this Alfredo sauce. And if you find your favorite Alfredo sauce, I mean, I really don't like any jar Alfredo sauce. There's nothing that tastes really wonderful. I'm trying this new brand this time here. You know, your favorite sauce. You can even do it with a pasta sauce if you'd like. But I go ahead and I'm putting some of that Alfredo sauce on the bottom here just so that it's not going to stick to my dish. And I'm laying in my stuffed shells. So I'm going to go ahead and fill them. And I hold them in my palm of my hand like this. I kind of open it with my index finger and thumb. And I'm taking a probably 2 tablespoon scoop, plopping it in there. And I kind of want it to seal a little bit. And then I'm laying it carefully in this dish so that they don't come out. And then once I have these all filled, what I'm going to do is just drizzle that sauce on top. This filling the filling here tastes so amazing. And that's why I decided to do some of these little stuffed shells here with my leftover filling. And I added the spinach. I felt that the spinach would work well with this, and it tastes delicious. But to just eat this filling alone, I think you really need it as an accent. Like when we ate those stuffed peppers, the stuffed pepper was a meal in itself. It filled us, one pepper. It was absolutely delicious. And it has that tang to it. You really can't taste the stewed tomatoes. It has a jump and a kick to it. Like I said, if you know what a grape leaf tastes like, it has a similar tang to it, but yet all the ingredients are pretty much nothing like a grape leaf taste to it. But if you like a jalapeno popper, it's similar. It's a cheesy flavor. It has an overtone for the meat. That meat is absolutely delicious. When you use a ground roast, it's going to taste 10 times better than a hamburger because the hamburger is going to add that grease to it. It has this, it's a flavor that I can't even describe. It's very, like I said, it's similar to a grape leaf, but it doesn't have that lamby flavor to it like the grape leaf does. A lot of people don't like stuffed grape leaves. It has a light hint. It's a meaty taste with a light hint of, I can't even taste the spinach, with a light hint of that banana pepper. So the banana pepper, that mild banana pepper is what's giving that delicious flavor. And I really can't taste the feta cheese. I cannot taste the spinach at all. How would you describe this flavor, Colin? This is my son here. How would you describe the flavor of the meat part? It's just wonderful, and it's a fun recipe to try, especially if you're adventurous. I love it. It's going to be my next favorite recipe, the hot pepper one, definitely. My next favorite recipe for my family gatherings. We have these big family gatherings, and everybody is always these amazing cooks and loves and makes delicious, incredible food. And so definitely the stuffed peppers will be, this meat mixture is just, I mean, it's just so wonderful. It tastes incredible. So I hope that you try it. I'm just going to finish up making my shells here. And then I'm going to drizzle, let me push this down in here and I'll show you how I'll end up drizzling. Drizzling the top with the remaining Alfredo sauce. And I may thin out this a tad toward the end just to get some more juice in the bottom here. It is kind of thick, but not much. I always put a little bit of water in as I'm getting to my end. And then I'm just going to bake it like this. And this sauce will just give it a little bit of a wet flavor, you know, wet for the noodle. What would also be delicious on top of this, if you didn't want to do your Alfredo sauce, this just makes it more fattening, is if you just take maybe just a can of stewed tomatoes and sprinkle lightly, or a half a can, and put it lightly on top of this. I think that would be really good, and it will be a lighter, a much lighter dish here. Less fattening, of course. So I'm going to finish this up, bake it, and then I'll pull it out of the oven and let you show you what it comes out like. And here is the finished stuffed, Mediterranean stuffed shells after 25 minutes of cooking. And they came out really good. It's a very different flavor, definitely very rich. Probably good with a feta cheese salad or a light salad with Caesar dressing, but definitely very rich. And a little bit of stewed tomatoes sprinkled on top would be good too. I just ran out of them. I didn't have any more cans in the cupboard, but just for garnish, I'd put a few little stewed tomatoes on the top just to look pretty, give some red to it. But definitely good. Definitely my son loves them. 13 years old. It's just something different. We're looking for things different this summer, and trying to use up a lot of vegetables and meats from the market and meat and vegetables from the farmer's market. Hope you enjoy this Mediterranean pasta.